Ed and Lorraine Warren. Skepticism vs. Supernatural faith. For decades, Ed and Lorraine Warren have been at the center of the supernatural storm, but was it all true, or were we just fooled? We're diving deep into their most infamous cases, pitting skepticism against supernatural faith to uncover the shocking truth behind the legends. Welcome back, I'm your host. And tonight's question is, are the Warrens real? Before we get started, I'd like to ask you guys for a favor. As you probably know, I upload videos frequently. Unfortunately, many platforms are actively suppressing free speech, which goes against my personal beliefs and goes against what my channel stands for. That's why I'm asking you guys to support me on other platforms where I can upload videos without censorship. You'll find links to those websites in the description below. Now let's begin. Forget everything you thought you knew about Ed and Lorraine Warren. Their legacy is built on fear, faith, and undeniable controversy. We're ripping back the curtain on their most shocking investigations, exploring whether these demonologists were truly blessed with sight or simply master manipulators. Prepare to have your beliefs challenged. What if the most terrifying stories you've ever heard were actually real? What if the Warrens had a gift, an extraordinary ability to peer into the abyss of the supernatural? This could explain their chilling tales, the ghastly apparitions, the malevolent entities lurking in the shadows. Or perhaps there's another side to this coin, a darker one. What if their legacy isn't about divine insight, but about manipulating the very essence of fear itself? Are you ready to dive into the abyss? Buckle up, because we're about to explore the captivating realm where reality blurs and the supernatural beckons. Tonight, we're peeling back the layers of one of the most controversial paranormal duos of all time, Ed and Lorraine Warren. But before we delve into their haunting tales, I want to pose a question that will echo throughout our journey. Can faith be mistaken for truth? Let's start at the beginning. Who were Ed and Lorraine Warren? They were husband and wife, Ed and Lorraine Warren, who rose to prominence in the latter half of the 20th century, leaving an indelible mark on the world of paranormal investigation. Born in 1907, Ed was a self-proclaimed demonologist, author and lecturer who dedicated his life to understanding and combating the darker aspects of the supernatural. Lorraine, born in 1919, was a clairvoyant and a gifted psychic who possessed a unique ability to connect with spirits. Together, they formed a formidable team, tackling cases that would send shivers down the spines of even the most skeptical individuals. Their impact on popular culture is undeniable. Even if you don't believe in the supernatural, chances are you've heard of the Warrens, or at least some of their most infamous cases. To name a few, the Amityville Horror, the Smurl Haunting, the Enfield Poltergeist, the Parent family and the Nork family possessions, and of course Annabelle, the doll. The last two became worldwide phenomena thanks to the Conjuring universe film series. But the Warrens didn't stop at investigations. They shared their chilling experiences through numerous books and lectures, captivating audiences with tales that blurred the line between the living and the dead. Lorraine's unique gift, according to them, was a direct link to the spiritual realm, allowing her to communicate with spirits and gain insight into their world. Ed, on the other hand, brought his knowledge of theology and demonology to the partnership, providing a framework for understanding the forces they encountered. The world of the supernatural is fraught with skeptics and critics. Even in 2025, the Warrens remain a source of much debate and controversy. Critics argue that their claims lack verifiable proof and that their methods are shrouded in secrecy. They also point to instances where the Warrens' narratives have been challenged, with some even alleging that certain hauntings were nothing more than elaborate hoaxes. But amidst the skepticism, there are those who swear by the Warrens' authenticity, pointing to the profound impact their work has had on their lives. Alright, now that we've got our bearings, let's plunge into the heart of the matter. What's the secret behind the enduring legacy of Ed and Lorraine Warren? Were they genuinely gifted individuals who dared to tread where few had gone before, or were they masters of deception who preyed on people as fears and beliefs? Only time and our exploration tonight will tell. So buckle up and get ready for a journey that will challenge your perception of reality. Let's tackle the core of the argument. Did Ed and Lorraine Warren possess genuine supernatural abilities, or were their claims a carefully constructed illusion? Before we go any deeper, let's talk about the facts. When the Warrens investigated a case, they would interview those involved, gather historical data about the property, and perform what they called spiritual cleansings. These cleansings often involved rituals and incantations aimed at banishing evil spirits. They kept detailed notes of their findings and even collected items like photographs, audio recordings, and personal belongings from those they helped. Now let's examine the counter-narrative. Skeptics argue that the Warrens' methods lack scientific rigor and that their claims are often vague or unverifiable. They point to instances where the Warrens' accounts have been challenged, like the Amityville case, which some believe was a hoax. So here's the question. If the Warrens genuinely possess supernatural gifts, why do their methods seem so secretive? And how can we distinguish between genuine spiritual phenomena and deliberate deception? It's important to acknowledge the emotional toll that supernatural experiences can take on individuals. The Warrens worked with people who genuinely believed they were experiencing terrifying and disturbing events. Whether or not one believes in the supernatural, it's crucial to approach such claims with sensitivity and empathy. Here's a thought for you. Could there be a middle ground between skepticism and supernatural belief? Perhaps some experiences defy easy categorization and may hold elements of both. After all, the human mind is a powerful thing and can sometimes perceive things beyond our current scientific understanding. Before we move on, let's pause and consider something. How did Ed and Lorraine Warren build such a significant following? The answer likely lies in their understanding of media and public perception. The Warrens weren't just paranormal investigators. They were savvy promoters of their own brand. They leveraged the public's fascination with the supernatural, appearing on television shows, releasing books, and giving lectures that drew in crowds eager to hear their chilling tales. In doing so, they created a legacy that transcended their investigations. Their names became synonymous with the paranormal. Let's take a closer look at the financial aspect of their ministry. Now, the Warrens presented their work as a ministry, suggesting that their services were provided free of charge. However, it's important to examine the full scope of their operations. Did their ministry generate income through book sales, lectures, or other means? Understanding their financial arrangements can shed light on the motives behind their work. It is essential to explore the potential for financial gain and the ethical implications of profiting from people's fears and beliefs. How did the Warrens manage to maintain their reputation and credibility in the face of criticism? They must have had a strategy for dealing with skeptics and those who questioned their methods. By understanding how they managed their public image, we can gain insight into their approach to controversy and deception. The enduring popularity of the Conjuring universe film series has undoubtedly contributed to the Warrens' lasting legacy. But how have these fictionalized accounts impacted public perception of their real-life cases? Exploring the intersection of fact and fiction can help us decipher the truth behind the legends. Let's dive into one of the most debated aspects of the Warrens' work, the authenticity of their photographic and audio evidence. Some critics argue that certain images and recordings are either fake or misrepresented. Let's examine specific pieces of evidence, such as the supposed spirit box recordings, and discuss the methods used to authenticate or discredit them. Now let's shift our focus to the potential role of showmanship in the Warrens' investigations. Did they use dramatic flair to enhance their presentations? Exploring their stage presence and storytelling abilities can shed light on whether they were part entertainers and part investigators. One intriguing aspect of the Warrens' legacy is the question of whether their work was merely a reflection of their own beliefs or a deliberate attempt to exploit people's fears. By analyzing their motivations and intentions, we can gain a deeper understanding of their complex legacy. In considering the evidence and arguments surrounding the Warrens' work, it's essential to acknowledge the limitations of our knowledge. There may be aspects of the supernatural that we can't fully comprehend or verify. Embracing intellectual humility can help us navigate the complexities of these cases. As we come to the end of our exploration, let's address the central question once again. Did Ed and Lorraine Warren possess genuine supernatural abilities, or were they masterful deceivers? Ultimately, we may never have all the answers. The allure of their story lies in the enduring mystery and the compelling narrative of the supernatural. The Warrens' legacy continues to fascinate us because it touches upon the deepest recesses of our fears and beliefs. Whether we choose to believe in their abilities or see them as cunning storytellers, their impact on popular culture and our understanding of the paranormal is undeniable. Thank you for joining me on this journey into the world of Ed and Lorraine Warren. Remember, the truth may lie somewhere between skepticism and faith. Keep an open mind and a curious heart as you continue to explore the mysteries of the paranormal. And please subscribe to my channels on other platforms. Thanks for watching. See you next time.